Hey, what's up everybody? I'm in upstate New York and we're gonna get a private tour of a medicinal herb farm. We're gonna figure out how to boost your immune system, how to help with your depression, and how to help with your skin issues. I'm Risa Morimoto, your host. You're watching Modern Aging, where we chat about innovative and holistic ways to elevate our health and well-being as we age. When you click on that little red button below that says subscribe on it with that little bell, you'll be sure to be notified whenever a new episode is uploaded. Be sure to also check out our website at thisismodernaging.com. So I'm so excited today because we're going to go get a behind private tour of Healing Spirits Herb Farm in upstate New York. Matthias and Andrea Reisen have been doing this for, 30 plus years or so. They grow their own herbs, they harvest them, they dry them, they create salves and oils and tinctures and teas and everything from head to toe in terms of medicine right around you and these beautiful plants that they grow. I'm so super excited to get this tour, and I'm inviting you to come along with me, so let's go. This is elderberry.
This is elderberry, and our harvest season is primarily over. So normally there'd be a lot more on this bush, the elderberry bush, but we're towards the end of our harvest.
So what is elderberry used for?
Elderberry is an antiviral. So here again, during this season of COVID, making a syrup out of them, or just making a tea. Most commonly, they make a syrup out of it and use it as a immune booster. And it's the same. So
any virus though, not
any virus, right?
Flu.
Any flu, anything.
Do you take it? Would you think that you take it like all season, or you take it when you feel like the symptoms are coming on?
I would. Okay, one of the things we suggest, like when children go back to school, about 2 weeks before they go back to school, take it to boost your immune system and as a protection against everybody. You get all the kids coming back from summer vacation, and they have all kinds of. So the same in adults. If you feel something coming on, or you just feel that your immune system isn't up to snuff, just make a syrup, and better yet, make a cordial and have a little cordial with your dinner.
So you can have some fun while you're drinking your elderberry. Yeah. It tastes really good.
Yes, it does. And we have some cordial, but it's not ready, so I don't know if you can sample it, but we have some others you can try.
Oh wait, no, let me guess. Okay, yarrow.
Yes. So this is another herb for the flu. Yarrow and boneset together are one of the best things traditionally for the flu, when you feel the signs of flu coming on. So it's a really bitter. Boneset is super bitter, but it really helps.
Boneset, but this is yarrow.
Yeah, this is yarrow, yes. But the combination of the two, yarrow and boneset, because this is an anti-inflammatory, it's also a diaphoretic, so it's helping you sweat that flu out. Or a diuretic, it's helping you pass it through your body. So,
wow. And then you could just...
And then, if you want, you can just eat it. Okay. You can put it in your salad. Snip off the tops, put it in your salad.
Can I try?
Yes, you may. I'll get you a nice tender young one there.
Tender young one means what?
A tender young leaf. It hasn't gone to flower yet.
Oh, it's good. It's a little bitter.
A little bitter, but otherwise it's...
Very fresh.
Yeah. And this is your red clover.
Everybody has red clover, I feel like, or some sort of...
Some sort of clover in their yard, yeah. There's many different kinds of clovers, but red clover seems to be the most preferred one as far as using it as a medicinal.
Wow. And what do you do? Do you...
Use it as a... primarily, traditionally, is used as a blood cleanser. You can make an oil out of it. It's used for breast massage, for cyst on the breast. we'll come back to our ashwagandha over here.
Ashwagandha, which is used in Ayurveda.
Yes. And if you want to, it's called winter cherry also because of the little berry that's here. It's green now, but it will turn red. And we'll harvest our own seed. All these plants here are from our own seed that we collected last year. But ashwagandha is the analog for American ginseng. It has some of the similar properties for the reproductive system, both in male and female. It helps with for infertility. It helps with semen. Andrea uses it in a lot of her formulas, especially for women. There's also Tulsi.
Oh, Tulsi. Tulsi is holy basil, right?
Holy basil.
I see Tulsi, holy basil, sold in the, at CVS or whatever.
Yeah, well, it makes a wonderful tea. It's a mild tasting tea, and it's good for anxiety.
Oh, Tulsi's used for anxiety.
Yeah.
Can you use it in cooking?
I have never, but I don't see why you couldn't. It's a basil, so
Yeah.
it has a much stronger aroma
Can I smell?
than your standard basil.
It smells like bubble gum. No, really, it smells really sweet.
So.
Wow.
And then the other herb we were talking about was St. Johns Wort.
Oh yeah.
And so.
This is used for depression, right?
Yes.
Mood.
And any issues to do with the nerve endings. It's very good. The oil is very good for burns. Any burns on the body, radiation burns. If people would put on St. John's Wort oil before they had radiation treatments or after, they wouldn't have the burns.
Oh wow.
So this is a new seeding this year, and so usually it comes on and we harvest the leaf and flower. And let's see, I don't know, it's kind of wet this morning. I don't know if I can squeeze any oil out of this flower. Let me get a finger that's not dirty. And you'll see the purple color.
Oh yeah.
That's the St. John's Wort oil.
Oh wow.
So you want some of the buds and you want the flower. And so when you're making the oil, you need the fresh upper 4 to 6 inches of the plant to make your oil.
Oh wow.
And that's Hopi blue corn.
Oh, that's blue corn.
Yeah. And Andrea uses it in her face scrubs, facial scrubs.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have solar.
We have 16 kW of solar power, which supplies about 60-70% of our electricity.
We're somewhere. We're not.
We're in the drying house, and this is where we dry the majority of our herbs. We do have a lot of elderberries in right now. And so we were talking about elderberries over in the field. And so we harvest them and we bring them in and we let them dry here and take them off, get them off the stems. And then I'll finish processing them in a cooler place because right now it's 120 in here.
You know. Why? You think it's hot? I don't think
it's a little warm. And so they'll come off.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead. They're all dry.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're ready to be the finished aspect of drying them and processing them.
No smell.
They don't have any real odor. So this is harvest them in the field, bring them in here, we'll dry them. It usually takes 2 or 3 days to dry the elderberries, and then we'll finish processing them in the next room where it's a lot cooler. But we do have a few other things in here. We have
what is this?
This is comfrey leaf.
Oh, comfrey.
Yeah, comfrey.
I've heard about comfrey. That's
Yeah.
actually, isn't that also good for immunity?
Well, no, it's supposedly, according to the FDA, you're not supposed to take it internally.
Oh, right.
Okay. But it's used, it's a great healing herb for bruises or wounds using external. And so we bring it in
But it's
here.
a great salve, right?
Yes, it's a great salve. And we bring it in here, I call it the Rice Krispie test, to know whether your herbs are dry. You hear the rice snap, crackle, pop of the herbs. And then you can see they process, we call this garbling.
Uh-huh. That's so cool.
And so,
Can I garble?
yeah. But see, we actually have a garbling table.
Oh, so you wouldn't do it here. You just bring everything over.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, let me guess. I don't know. Sorry.
So,
I got,
these are,
they're pink flowers though, right?
yes, this is purple coneflower
Oh.
or echinacea. And we've harvested the leaves and
Oh.
the flowers.
This is echinacea?
Yeah.
Very cool.
So this is another good herb for boosting the immune system and just strengthening your health. And the whole plant can be used, not only the roots. A lot of times we just talk about the roots, but the leaf and flower is just as potent. So we've taken the leaf and some of the flowers off, and we're leaving the flower heads to dry, and then we'll cut these off and we'll process these and mix it back in with the rest of the... But
So what do you, so you crush it up?
Yeah, we'll
You
run,
garble?
Yeah, well actually this is another step. We run this through a chipper shredder
Oh.
and process it that way. So there's a lot of different steps depending on the herb and how you process it.
That's very cool.
And then Andrea also makes all of her oils in here. And this is feverfew.
Oh, wow.
Feverfew oil.
Oi.
Yeah, so it gets a little hot and it expands a little bit. And we solar infuse.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Grapeseed oil.
Yeah, it's infused in grapeseed oil. So this will probably be used maybe for massage oil. We run most of our herbs through here. We do 60 to 70 different botanicals, and at times all these shelves are filled.
Wow, what are we going to see next?
Well, we have roots up here. We have marshmallow root.
Marshmallow root.
Marshmallow root, yeah. This is again a very good herb for the digestive tract and lubricating the mucous membranes of the body. So it's considered a mucilaginous or a very slimy herb. It's better if it's taken in a cold infusion as opposed to a hot tea infusion. So you just want to soak it overnight in cool water and then drink that. It's one of the things that is different than most other herbs as to how you would make a tea. Usually, normally we pour hot water over. This one we pour cold water. And then we have just a few dandelions in here that we're processing.
Ooh,
Dandelion root is very good.
dandelion root.
Yeah.
Can I try?
Again, it's good for the liver. So I'll let you take a little piece there.
I'm trying dandelion root for the first time. You saw it here.
So you gotta let it in your mouth for a while to reabsorb, to rehydrate the herb. But here again, it's a very good liver herb.
It's good. It doesn't taste like anything. It has a very light taste.
Yeah. So.
It's like candy, like hard. It's not sweet though.
It's not like a potato chip, but
No.
once it is good. It's
Dandelion
good to know.
root, huh?
Right.
Who knew?
So.
Oh. I heard we're gonna go see some mushrooms.
Yes. Not the psilocybin though.
Okay.
Come on through here. This is a new addition. We've been doing mushrooms for probably 5 or 6 years now.
What? Those aren't mushrooms. What is
Yes,
that?
these are mushrooms. These are actually
What?
These are actually medicinal mushrooms. These we harvest in our woods, and this is tinder polypore.
What?
And this is one you wouldn't want to eat, but it's very medicinal. And the same with
So when we say medicinal mushrooms, I mean, are there like some common ailments that it helps with? I mean, it's gotten a lot of press, I feel like.
Overall, they help to boost the immune system and they're anti-tumoral. And then you can go from there and break it down into various, like Reishi is probably good for energy. Turkey tail is good in breast cancer. Lion's mane is good for cognitive function and brain function. Plus, there's a whole other things that come into it. But the bottom line is eat mushrooms. They're healthy for you. They help boost your immune system. It's really something we need during this time we're in now with any type of virus, especially this COVID. So what we do is we take jars and we fill them with sorghum grain.
Sorghum.
And we use sorghum grain because it's gluten-free. And so this is a final product that you will ingest or take as a food.
Is that common to
what?
To have them made with sorghum grain?
You can make them with a lot of different grains. You could use wheat, you could reuse rye, you can use oats. And then it gets back to also what kind of mushroom you're growing. Like we grow our oysters on straw. We don't use a grain.
Oh, wow.
So there's all different ways.
That's so cool.
So we fill this jar with the sorghum grain, and then we put a piece of Tyvek, actually it's kite material, over it, and we put it in the pressure cooker. And we pressure cook it for 2 hours at 215 psi to sterilize and kill everything that might be a contaminant in the sorghum grain.
Very cool.
And then we take that pressure cooker in our sterile room where we do our inoculation. We inject.
Oh, you literally do inoculate.
With a needle, a syringe, the culture of the mushroom in here. And then this is all fully colonized. This is all mycelium of this particular mushroom.
That is
this happens to be artist conch.
How come it turns white?
That's the mycelium eating the grain. That's their food supply.
Really?
Yeah, but it's so good for you, though.
I don't know. It's like weird. I love mushrooms, but that's weird. Wow.
So once that's fully colonized, we empty this jar into a slow cooker right behind you. We make a tea actually out of the fruiting body of the mushroom. So that's artist conch mycelium. We take this artist conch mushroom and we make a tea. We cook it for 4 hours. And then we take that tea and we put it in the slow cooker with the myceliated sorghum, myceliated culture.
Wow. How long, like how many days is this process you're talking?
Well, to colonize for the mycelium, it'll take anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. Once that's colonized, then it's a fairly quick process because we try and keep an inventory of the mushrooms ahead to make the tea. So once that's fully colonized, we can just put it in there and we cook it for 4 hours. We dry it overnight, and then we put it in like a flour mill and process it. I'll let you.
So this is.
I'll let.
Oh no, I won't go in. I won't go in.
Okay.
Look at this. Sterile room, private. It means you cannot go in because people have cooties.
Yes. They have bacteria. We're breathing them all the time. We're breathing fungus. We're breathing all kinds of stuff, and
so that can actually disrupt the whole process.
Yeah, it can contaminate. This is where we do all the mycelium, and this room is where we actually grow the mushrooms out.
Whoa.
And I'm sorry we don't have too many fruiting right now because we just harvested. And once we've grown this out, we mix this myceliated grain with wood pellets, standard wood pellets that you would put in your wood stove.
Oh, wow.
We mix it and let it colonize in there. And once it's fully colonized, we bring them in here to fruit out. as you can see here.
Fruiting out means actually to grow.
To grow, yes. To
So
grow.
That is so. Yeah.
So this is lion's mane.
That is so beautiful yet really weird looking.
And this is reishi. And all this brown powder on here is actually the spores from the reishi mushroom.
What?
When they sporulate.
Really?
Yeah, so we try and get them before they totally sporulate because you can see how much of a mess they make.
But they are getting a lot of press and hype because of COVID, I feel like, or immunity or flu.
They're good for the immune system, yes. And, you know, lion's mane is good for cognitive function, the brain.
Yes.
So,
and so basically you'll cut that off?
yeah, we'll harvest this, actually.
Are you kidding? You can.
We'll
Whoa.
just take it off. And we'll dry this. And,
Wow, it looks like coral.
we can harvest this one also because they're both ready. And we'll take these out and we'll dry them. And we'll put these back on the shelf and let them fruit.
Wow.
Hopefully they'll fruit some more. And then we also have shiitake logs.
Oh, how beautiful.
So this log is fruited already, and it's probably, this log is a couple years old, and I don't know whether we'll get any more fruiting.
Wow, that's so crazy.
We
Couple years old. So you have to like
see
put
it
in the
fall
hole,
apart.
you drill in the holes, and then
Yeah,
you put in the spores or whatever.
correct. And the fan just kicked on. So growing mushrooms is about three things: air exchange, humidity, and temperature. Having those three factors in combination
Wow.
helps you to grow the mushrooms. So,
That is very, very cool. And it has so many medicinal
so many medicinal
properties. And so
So
now we're
this-
going to go see your apothecary.
Yes, and I'm going to turn you over to Andrea because I just get this stuff to her and she takes care of it. So.
What are we going to make?
We're going to make a St. Johns Wort salve.
St. John's wort, as far as I know, is like for anxiety and depression, right? So what does a salve do?
It's really good for nerve endings. So if you've burned yourself, if you've got a light burn or a heavy burn, you put it on and it heals the nerve endings. If you cut yourself, if you cut your finger, and especially if you cut it deep, you've probably gone through some nerves or gotten close to them, so you put the St. John's Wort on to heal those nerve endings. People have neuropathy in their feet. St. John's Wort is wonderful.
Oh, wow.
Takes away all that tingling feeling and helps heal those nerve endings.
So it might help with stroke patients.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Because my mother had a stroke in 2001. And she always said she had like the pins and needle feeling.
Yes. And it makes your skin look good.
Oh, really?
Well, of course, because you're getting, what it is extra virgin olive oil that I have infused. I have triple infused the St.
Look at
John's
that.
Wort flowers in here. Just
Can I
look at
smell?
that red. Absolutely.
Okay, it doesn't smell great.
It smells like olive oil.
Oh, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's basic.
But look at that is red, red, red.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just olive oil and St. John's Wort.
That's all it is. And we get the top part of the flower. So it's mostly the buds. Wonderful. So I just melt this on here.
So this is beeswax.
Mm-hmm. And it's a quarter cup.
Oh, it smells good.
Yeah, it smells.
So it's just over low heat.
It's
So
just
this is all you do, huh?
Mm-hmm. So it's a cup of oil to a quarter cup beeswax. The other thing you can do is you can just use melt it and put it in an ice cube tray. Most ice cubes are a quarter cup.
Is that right?
So that way you don't have to pre-measure.
Look at that.
Or it is pre-measured. You don't have. And see, you put it in here and it's just melting together.
So, because St. John's Wort, as far as I know, I've never seen it to be red. I've seen it in pill form, and it's not red. I feel like it's green. That's not real then.
It's
It should be red.
It's not my preferred way of taking it. I like taking it as a tea or a tincture.
That's the most powerful.
That's the most powerful.
Oh, that's interesting. And that can be used for depression.
And that can be used for depression. And because it's made in extra virgin olive oil, you can use it on your salad. You can add it to your salad dressing.
Oh,
And then if you want, you can also take that flour and infuse it in the vinegar. So the vinegar is St. Johns Wort, the oil is St. Johns Wort, and then you put it on your salad.
Oh, my gosh. That's such a great idea.
So once this is all melted together, oops.
Wow, looks like Jell-O.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? I hadn't thought of that. And then you just pour it in the jars, and in a little while, it will harden up.
Really? Mm-hmm. Does it have any kind of sensation when you put it on? If it's like...
To me, it's just soothing, because you're rubbing a cream, a salve onto your skin, so it just feels good. It feels nourishing. If you have pain, for a lot of people, it will help to subside the pain immediately.
What would you do for arthritis?
Arthritis, I would add some other things to it. St. John's Wort is good, but it needs some more anti-inflammatories in it.
Oh, right.
And I like using some essential oils, because that really gets into where the arthritis is.
So when you're buying St. John's Wort, what properties are you looking for it to be organic? Are you looking for it to be like... Because it's such a common thing to be sold now.
It is. You want it to either be organic or wildcrafted. Wildcrafted means you're finding it growing out in the fields. Around here, that's really easy for us because we know all the farmers, we know the vacant fields. You definitely don't want to pick it from a field, like the field next to it maybe has been sprayed with Roundup and there'll be drift.
Oh, right.
So you want to be conscious that it's a clear area.
And then it'll just harden up.
And it'll just harden up. We'll put the lids on it.
Wow. So can we go check out the store then?
Absolutely.
Okay. Wow. This is awesome.
And here are Saps, and this is the St. John's Wort that we were just making in the back.
Oh, so it just turns, so it's basically the same color, it's a little bit lighter.
That's all, yes.
Pick out a couple that might be good for like now, for...
Solomon seal we're selling. We can't keep up with Solomon seal. Solomon seal is a fabulous, fabulous root that we use. It's very good for the ligaments and tendons that get pulled. Either they're too tight or too loose. It brings, I say, brings it back to home plate. Wherever it needs to be, it brings it back.
Oh, wow.
So if you've turned your ankle, or like my sister-in-law had her knee replaced, she uses Solomon seal on it to make sure those ligaments keep where they're supposed to be so the knee is straight and she doesn't have problems with it. Well, lavender salve. Everybody loves lavender.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love lavender?
Just for calming, right?
Just for calming, but it's also good for burns.
Oh.
Lavender, true essential oil of lavender that hasn't been adulterated is very good for burns.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's very good for burns. Oh, and then we have a female lubricant salve. That kind of self-explanatory. We have to take care of our bodies.
Absolutely.
We have to make things fun.
Well, I guess that's really good for but also during menopause.
Yes, yes. Very good during menopause.
So as we age, is there like things that you recommend?
Well, one of the things that happens as we age is a lot of times our skin gets really thin, and if you get older, it'll rip really easily.
Right.
We use all-purpose comfrey salve, which is comfrey, calendula, plantain, St. John's Wort. What did I forget? Did I say plantain? I did. I forgot something. Calendula. Oh yeah, beautiful calendula.
Oh yeah, I saw some calendula.
Rub that on your skin every day, and comfrey helps facilitate new cell growth. Calendula is just beautiful for the skin, nourishing the skin. But you rub that on, and your skin is going to get healthier. It's going to have some of its natural resiliency back, and it's not going to tear and rip.
Oh, nice.
So that's just excellent as we age.
So you have teas here, salves, oils, tinctures.
Flower essences, because flower essences also help to keep us young. Have you ever used a flower essence?
No.
Flower essence is
Do I need
magic.
to?
They're magic.
So how can herbs help one in their life?
Herbs, plants were here before we were. They were put here first. We showed up and they said, oh, let us help take care of you. So plants have an affinity for us, even when we're not very nice to them.
Yeah.
So they help us stay healthy. Herbs have all the vitamins and nutrients and amino acids and that we need. So by taking the herbs, making a tea, sitting down and slowly relaxing and just drinking a cup of tea, all of that goodness is able to go into our bodies, go into our cells, and they make us stronger.